And so the very moment somebody can replace you, then you are gone. You are gone. You are obsolete. So you have to keep updating yourself. Why should you use Dangote 42.5 or the robust from Cement Cam or whatever? If you take a bag of cement, how many blocks does it give? Foundation blocks, block 15. Those are the materials they use in your country. You're not studying engineering to go and practice it in Mars with Elon Musk. You will start here. You can design the kind of man you want to be. You can design the kind of woman you want to be now. It's going to be difficult because it is very easy to do nothing. And you have chosen a profitable field. Engineering, the structural, architecture, civil, whatever. It's very, 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 very profitable. And your demand is high. The doctor operates in a house built by an engineer. You'll study here without engineers, will not be here. The roads, engineers. Everything, the plane will not land. The tarmac, engineer. The airport, engineer. Everywhere, engineer. But why should we give you the contract? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's indeed an honor and a rare privilege for a village boy like me to speak to nation builders like you. I've been in business for 15 years, more than 15 years. I'm just 33, so I started very early. And in engineering, the real test is not in the classroom, it's on the field. It's a complete different game on the field. It has amazed me for many years after receiving interns from many universities at our company. We see people who are very intelligent, they're very smart, they have good results, but when it comes to practicality on the field, they are highly deficient, highly deficient. And I have been very, very burdened by this personally, which is why in our company we have a very rigorous training program, and we have many interns who come and go and so on. And I create time from my busy schedule to always talk with them, and that is why I'm here today. I came 1 hour before time. I was waiting outside. And I don't regret it, because I could plant a seed that can help someone and that can help the society to produce 30 less idiotic engineers in the society, because we have more than 30 people here. And I'll say this. Our educational system has a problem. My first phone was Nokia 3310, I think. I don't think I can use that. And that phone is not many years ago, maybe just 11 years ago or so. If I gave you iPhone 5 or iPhone 6, I didn't know if there was an iPhone 5, you may not like it because it's outdated. Our educational system needs a lot of reform to match with the reality. But mind you, that does not mean the educational system is not important. It is very important. We quote famous people, we say they dropped out of school. These are not people who dropped out of your kind and my kind of school. They were going to Harvard. They had parents who were judges in America. They had uncles who could borrow them hundreds of millions. Now think about it. If my father were the head of state, any country, a lot of doors are open for me already. If I came to your bank as a bank manager, I wanted a loan, and you know my father is the head of state, you will handle that loan differently. Because I can tell daddy during lunch that, daddy, can you imagine I went to a bank and he was there? Daddy will say, what bank manager is that? So don't just follow popular systems and undermine the importance of education. The educational system needs to be worked on, yes, but it is very, very important. Let me bring this out. School teaches us to remember, basically. You learn to remember. Then we have a system whereby we study to write exams and pass. And I'll prove it to you. If I brought in someone right now here, and they set us the common entrance examination that we wrote in class 7 or class 6, many of us will fail. If I brought in somebody and said, okay, let's write the advanced level again, many of us will fail. I mean, some teachers with PhD will fail. Because they studied to remember, they remembered the past and it's gone. But when I'm done from here and I want to drive back, I don't need to remember how to drive. I don't need to practice how to drive. I will just drive. Because when I was studying, at the driving school to pass the driving test, I also did practice on the field. So I studied and knew. Have you ever seen somebody before they left their house in the morning? They said, "Daddy, what are you doing?" He said, "No, I'm practicing how to drive before I get to the car." How do you do? They just go and they do it. Have you ever seen your mom saying, "Okay, how do they cook arrow again?" If your mom always says that or does say that, maybe she doesn't cook arrow quite often. So she has not practiced arrow a lot. That's why she needs a recipe to cook that same arrow. So education is very important, but engineering is not complete if you don't merge it with practice. You will meet challenges that are mind-blowing. You will meet clients who think they know everything more than you. And I think engineering in Cameroon is one of the most disrespected fields. If a doctor tells you you need Paracet, take 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening, you don't argue with the doctor. But in engineering, the client seems to want to tell you the kind of rods to use, the kind of reinforcement to use, the kind of mixture to use, the depth to dig, the tests to conduct, and the test not to. The client forgets to understand that his say ends at, "I want 2 rooms, 3 rooms, I want white paint, I want the height of the house to be tall." He goes into the structural parts, and that is where practice on the field is very important. If you want to be a great person, if you want to succeed, you need to master what you sell, which is engineering. What you sell, engineering. Who do you sell to? That's the customer. And how do you sell? So you have to know these things. For you to succeed as an engineer in this country, you need to know engineering surpassingly well. Every year, thousands of engineers are delivered nationwide. And statistically speaking, 95% of the world's population are average. And if you bring that to Cameroon, 95% of Cameroonians are average. So only 5% are distinguished. But here is the twist. It means that if you are average, you have 19 times competition. Because you are average. If you distinguish yourself, you belong to the top 5%. How many people can compete with Elon Musk? Very few. Very few. He has just left. He's far. And you cannot do that if you don't master what you do surpassingly well. Life is transactional. Nobody loves you for you. If a man wants to marry you, he must have seen something in you that he likes. So he's marrying you for himself. Nobody just likes you for nothing. Nobody goes to a gas station and say, "Oh my God, I so love fuel. I love gas. My God, give me 10 liters. It's because it's a necessity. Nobody goes to the shop and say, "I need toilet tissue." Or "I want toilet tissue because I like it." Or you don't have a toilet in your house because you like toilet. It's because you must shit. And you're going to need a toilet. So you must strategically position yourself in a way that it is very difficult to replace you. And that is what practice does. In every relationship you have, every kind of relationship, your relevance is determined by how continuous you make yourself irreplaceable. Nobody employs you because they like you. "I just like you." It's because of what you can deliver. And Mr. President here, you didn't come for internship at Mustard Seed because, "Oh my God, you just like Mustard Seed." You saw that perhaps you will learn something. And the fact that you're still there, it means you're actually learning something. Otherwise, one morning we will just be calling your number, it's not going through. Or like, "What's happening?" He says, "No, this came down, this went up, this went this way." We have a problem in Cameroon whereby we have a lot of pride. I'm saying we plus me inside. That's why our symbol is the lion. The lion is an animal of pride. He's not the strongest, he's not the fastest, he won't even hunt. Most times it's the lioness that hunts, and the lion comes and eats. And if you study many families, sometimes it's the woman that pays the fees, takes care of the children and so on. But men are catching up now. Then you have the lion. When he's coming like this. Then he has hairs all over in front, just to be like, "I'm the king." And we have copied that pride and brought it inside. Some people went to do engineering just because they want to be called an engineer. That's the only reason. If they could call me engineer without school, I would do it. But I would just go to this thing, let them just call me engineer, me my heart cold. Look at me, for example. Before studying engineering, when I had first school leaving certificate, I loved the uniform of GBHS, government school. We didn't used to have Christmas dresses. I'm from a poor background. So they had the dark blue shorts and the sky blue top. I loved it. Now, I didn't like the uniform of the technical school. It was brown. No. So I went to the other school because of the uniform. So I studied economics, literature, history, philosophy, graduated, went to HND, read law, first degree law, master's degree human resource management, and PhD in leadership. Now, it was after first degree in law that I was like, how do I make it? This law is not lawyering. In the midst of all that law, I will go to the shop where I will repair radios, repair TVs, and so on. And I saw that my passion is in engineering. Then I took an oath. I said I will learn something new every single day. And I still practice that till today. That's why when I came 1 hour early and I was in the car, I said, okay, I had a busy schedule. I have a busy appointment after this. I'm going to take the 1 hour and study what I need to have studied for today. So I spend the time in the car productive. I will explain this to you. Don't be an engineer just because you want to be called an engineer. Master it. Know it. Distinguish yourself. Because nobody is going to like you for you. They love me for me. No. It doesn't work like that. Even parents say they want to buy Pekin, come up from my house. Pekin way born now. Because the Pekin know to distinguish itself. If you meet a guy you think is handsome, is good, he gets in a relationship with you, treats you anyhow, talks to you anyhow, behaves anyhow, you think he will stay? Come out! I need the door wide open, you're blocking traffic. That is how life works. So when you are in a relationship, or when you are in business, or when you're studying engineering or whatever, you need to keep yourself irreplaceable. Because clients are not looking for lovers. They are looking for people who can construct the best quality buildings at the best price. That's what they're looking for. So when they are graduating students, as you stand on that line, those are competitors. So you will choose. Either you have 19 times competition, or you choose the top 5%, and it's up to you. And you can deliberately map out how you want to function, how you want to grow. That's why I say the best way to predict the future is to create it. That's why the biggest problem in Africa is religion. I'm a Christian. You cannot cope, you can't go far without God. But a lot of things that science and hard work and dedication could solve are raised every day as prayer points. No doubt our lives don't get better. Because we want to use, I feel like I'm trying to shout, man. Sorry. We want to use shortcuts. Since the human brain is designed to escape burden. Do you know how easy it is to do nothing? Come on, it's so easy. There's a class at 7 a.m. It's so easy to sleep, make an excuse. It's very easy. Those are the things that shape out the 95% and keep them down. We are here, some people are not here. Maybe what he said, or he said, or he said, or I said, or he will say is what they needed to make it in life. And they lost it today. Opportunity does not ask you to go prepare. If I meet you after this class and say, today, I will beat you. All your karate that you've been learning, you need it now. You can't tell me that I will go and learn, patron, wait, man, learn small, come. Then let's fight. The opportunity to fight has come. You have to deliver. No opportunity will meet you and give you time for training. It will not. So you have to prepare yourself and distinguish yourself. And you have to discipline yourself. There are times I tell myself, I say, Bertrand, you have not studied today. You want to sleep? Who do you think you are? Get up, study. Netflix is going on, people are watching TV. No TV for you. Go back, study. This is me talking to me, because there's another me that loves to be lazy, that loves comfort, that loves to just chill. And you have to understand that. Know yourself, know your weaknesses, and be deliberate. Let me give you this analogy that I love so much. Take Ronaldo, for example. I love his discipline. Let's compare Ronaldo and myself. Ronaldo is a man, I'm a man. We are tall together. He can kick football, I can kick football. This is it. Life is determined by what you can do, your ability to do it, the difficulty to replace you, and the demand for that thing. That's how life works. Is there a demand for engineering? Yes. Now, it's determined by what? Your ability to do it. Can you do the engineering? How difficult is it to replace you? Take me, for example. I'm a man, Ronaldo is a man. I can kick the ball, so I have ability. He can kick. But there is one place that he surpasses me, just one. The difficulty in replacing me. If we kick football now, they can replace me even 10 times in this class. Because my ability is small. So it is easy for me to be replaced. So my people who demand football will not face the difficulty of replacing me. But if Ronaldo played in their team and Ronaldo went and said he wants to resign, it will be a big problem. Because there is a difficulty in replacing him. So in life, you want to continuously make it very difficult to replace you. And how do you do that? By knowing what you do and doing it surpassingly well. Touch of excellence. Touch of perfection. How can I make it better? How can I do it better? So you need to look for companies that have value to intern. Because some companies can ruin you. They can undo the book on your head, or in your head, or it's during your head, or within your head, through your head. Either way. You need to forget about money. I'm telling you from a very practical experience. It's going to take a minimum of 5 years for it to get better. If you start a career, like you're done from school, you want to engage, it's going to take you about 5 years. And if you've not given up to 5 years, don't complain. When he was talking about 100 million here, one of the biggest contracts we've lost is a contract worth 200 million. Why? The customer prescribed how he wants it to be constructed, prescribed the structural terms of the building, and he was wrong. But he was willing to pay. He had given an advance. That's the most difficult thing I've ever done in business. I convinced him. I had meetings. We used drone technology, filmed the plot, explained, drew diagrams, drew 3D so he could understand. He did not. He insisted. Why? There was some guy by the side who was willing to do exactly what he wanted. And this is the point. I'm trying to build a legacy. Some guy is looking for money to go to America through Mexico. So what he wants is to get that money. He doesn't care what he delivers. The customer does not understand that if you have a pillar 6 rod 12 inside, you've mixed the concrete, vibrated it and everything, that pillar is completely different from a pillar of that same size having 6 rod 8 inside or 4. But the customer sees a pillar standing there and he is satisfied. So how do you know how to explain those things to a customer? How do you draft a contract so a customer doesn't take you to jail? You cannot know those things in the classroom. How do you manage your finances, therefore? How do you pitch a customer? How do you explain the complex engineering terms in literature that a customer can understand? You can only get that through practice on the field. And if you want to do that, you should not follow money. And I like to speak with practical examples. As a company, we've existed for long, but our office is just 3 years old. We didn't have an office. We walk in the trees, under the trees, in the bushes. Where we have our site, we set up an office there. We don't even build it. There's no means. And we held a reputation, build with quality, gain even small in labor. And it's possible. It's getting better now. We're not there yet, but it's getting better. So you have to be resilient. You have to learn. You have to be good at what you do. Because nobody is going to come to you because of you. It's going to come to you because of what you can deliver. And so the very moment somebody can replace you, then you are gone. You are gone. You are obsolete. So you have to keep updating yourself. And when you go to a place to learn, humble yourself. The Manerv that hasn't gone to school may know a lot of practical work that you don't know. Humble yourself, learn. Humble yourself, add the practice to what you know. Can you control a project when you don't know how it's supposed to be done? I meet engineers year 5 or level 500 or level 600 or graduates. They don't know the good quality rod in the country, which is the best rebar in your country. Why should you use Dangote 42.5 or the robust from Cement Cam or whatever? What is the standard mixture? If you take a bag of cement, how many blocks does it give? Foundation blocks, block 15. Those are the materials they use in your country. You're not studying engineering to go and practice it in Mars with Elon Musk. You will start here. When a 20-ton vehicle brings a sand, how many wheelbarrows of sand are inside? So I meet engineers, they cannot build an estimate, but they are very smart people. And the lecturers have done a very good job, and you can know when you talk to them about theory. But of course, you don't expect the lecturer to come and bring theory here, bring and dig a foundation here, demonstrate a mashing area here, or it cannot. Even a baby have to even swallow when the mother have given the breast milk. So you have to create the path for yourself. You're going to choose. The country is bad, the government is bad, this will not happen. You can choose to complain, you can choose to grow. And no matter the level of the economy, some people are still succeeding. If you go to Gaza now, some people are succeeding. Israel, some people are succeeding. Go to America, some people are homeless people and they are there. Born in America, Americans by blood and color, they are homeless in America. And if you see the black people that live here and go to America and succeed, the same work ethic that they have here, they don't have it in America. A guy that won't go to work on time here will go to America and get 2 jobs. Go on time, deliver to the core. Why will he not be successful? The ethics have changed. The conduct have changed. It's 1 o'clock. In the next few hours, places will get dark. In the next few hours, it will be day. So darkness will come, day will come, rainy season will come, dry season will come, things will keep coming. And they are constant. The only man who can determine a change is you. And you can do that now. If you want to slay, you can slay. Because there is a virus in Boya which have infected very good people who came to this town. But there is seemingly a standard that if you don't meet up to that standard, you are a nobody. You can design the kind of man you want to be. You can design the kind of woman you want to be now. It's going to be difficult because it is very easy to do nothing. It's so easy. Put your Netflix watch, go to TikTok, keep going. Let me give you an example. Just 2 minutes and I'll round up. I have heard how nice TikTok is. How nice it is until I vow that I will not subscribe. So I've never been to TikTok. But do you know my reason? I just gave my reason, right? I have heard how nice it is. How you can just start scrolling and then you just keep scrolling and then you just keep scrolling and then you are, I'm like, hey, Jesus. If I don't start this thing, then I don't have to stop it. I like to go on Facebook from time to time. My most recent abstinence that I did was in October. I said 30 days, no Facebook. If I see that I'm getting too attached, I abstain. I discipline myself. You must do that. It's not easy. Then you will grow to a level where you can sit and your money is going around doing stuff for you and come back and give you a report. It will not happen overnight. Even scammers cannot enjoy life. They can't. They can't. A scammer can be on a bike and I'm on a bicycle, but my bicycle tastes better than the bike. There is something about money that you have worked for. Forget about the scammer will go to hell. Yeah, that is certain. But then, minus that. People are sleeping, you have conditions. You need to fulfill. You have many ladies whose destinies have been swallowed because they want an iPhone. iPhone that takes your eye. But you can decide now. Some of the most beautiful buildings in the world, do your research, are designed by women. Women have a marvelous taste when it comes to aesthetics, architecture, design. You will see young girls from this country working at NASA in America, designing stuff. But it is difficult. It is difficult and nobody can do it for you. It is you. Humble yourself. Practice. Practice. Look for a place and learn. Sometimes you go, you see a big structure. You go with your documents. Say, please, I'm a student. Can I have 2 minutes just to look at this place? I want to just see how they are mixing, how they are tying this iron. You take some pictures. You go to Google Photos or you research. Find out why are they doing it like this and you ask questions. What's the worst they can do to you? Don't come in. Get out. That's the worst they can do. But because of our ego and our whatever, we don't want. So it's up to you. So I expect all of you to succeed. And it's possible. Very, very possible. And you have chosen a profitable field. Engineering. Is it structural, architecture, civil, whatever. It's very, 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 very profitable. And your demand is high. The doctor operates in a house built by an engineer. You'll study here without engineers, will not be here. The roads, engineers. Everything, the plane will not land. The tarmac, engineer. The airport, engineer. Everywhere, engineer. But why should we give you the contract? Thank you so much.